Alrighty guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the Ironman. Since last video, I have rotated my camera and my character model. I've also got a question. What is better than 3 pairs of upgraded boots? The answer, of course, is to put all 3 of these boots into one Giga boot, and that is my plan for this video, and I don't know how this is going to go. With the release of the Doom boss, we've got the opportunity to create the strongest pair of boots for all 3 attack styles, much like we did with the Iranian boots, although it's got a little bit more of a kick for all 3 styles. And with Cerberus complete, I have no other choice. It simply must be done. I must go ahead and access the Doom boss. This was recently released with Valamore Part 3, and I have never attempted this content, but I'm eager to get the upgrades. To me, the Doom boss realistically feels like Raids 3.5 or something. The drops that it gives you are so huge for an account that I can't help but immediately beeline for this content, even if I don't feel like I'm mechanically quite there. So it's going to be an interesting video. The first boots that we're going to get utility from are the Caucasians. These will be my primary boots when I create my setup. Elite Void seems to be a good, cheap, cost-effective way to take down the Doom boss, but my mechanical skill, it's going to be lagging for a little while, so I can expect many, many deaths on my horizon. But hopefully it'll be worth it. Only time will tell. But with that said, I'm going to go gear up and attempt this boss. I'm probably just going to use anglers and prayer pots. I notice a lot of people, they use Sorrow Brews, they use their restore potions. I'm a bit of a tight ass when it comes to finite resources, even though I have very, very many of them. But once I've built my confidence a little bit, I'll probably dip into those resources. Anyway, I'm going to stop procrastinating and actually give this a go. I can't wait to bruise my forehead repeatedly. Step 1, we're going to make some ranging potions. Fortunately, Cerberus hooked me up with about 500 secondaries for those ranging potions. Step 2, we'll need to get ourselves a Darklight, but to get one, Emberlight needs to not be in my inventory or my bank. Feels very, very bad to put that on the floor. It'll also cost me 1,000 coins. So I'll need to grab myself, I think I'll have to get a Silverlight first, and then I might have to change it over to a Darklight. Never mind, it's Darklight from the get-go. We can pick up the Emberlight from the floor. The Darklight will be used to reduce my death fees, and because I'm going to be dying a lot, this is very, very important. And step 3 will be to finalize my gear setup. That I'm not going to figure out until I try it a couple of times, but this will be a good starting point, and all that's left for me to do now is click on the boss. Once I do a few runs, I'll probably know what I need to change in terms of hard food, brews, super restores, anything like that. But yeah, we're definitely going to cook with this setup, and hopefully we can actually get some loot. One last minor thing I'll need to do, there is a chest inside this place. I finally figured out how you set up the teleporters around here. There is a chest to the west when we open this. I can set up a TP sequence. So I believe I can just place one of them here, and I can also place another one by the edge of the door. Currently I'm going to set up to do some AFK woodcutting. This will also help for this one as well, but there is a max leash distance, so I can teleport between these two things. This will speed up Doom KC as well as Woodcut KC, I suppose. I will proceed with the former after doing a little bit of the latter. I have done it. I've killed Delve level 1. It's a miracle. Time to go deeper. Why am I getting healed? Anyway, as Delve level 2 complete. I kind of thought it would be harder than this. I know I'm about to get my shit pushed in, but is it weird to say I'm surprised to kill level 2? I guess I'm about to find out how hard it can get. Oh, that's a shield. Okay. I was wondering why that wasn't penetrating. Roger that. Lesson learnt. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. There we go. Level 3 done. It took me 3 attempts. I don't think I'm good at this. I really don't. I'm not sure at what level I get what, but I think for the time being, honestly, I'm going to claim a level 3. If I can PB a 4, I'll claim it then as well. I really do want those cannonballs. How nice. A demon tier unlock. Straight to the bank. After discovering that you could woodcut those demon tiers last video, I have spent a lot of time at the tree roots. I'm very eager to see, not root, what is the word, tier, how many demon tiers I've woodcut. So I'm well and truly sorted. There are about 700 tiers per hour when you're woodcutting, so I guess you can do the math of how much AFKing I've done since the previous video. This will cover me for Avernic Treads and Confliction Gauntlets, and I'll have 10,000 left over by the time I finish both of those processes. Although, I might be getting slightly ahead of myself. I need to learn how to kill this boss and actually get the drops before I can put these demon tears to use. There is delve number 4. I have heard it is a common tactic to repeat waves 1 to 4. I might do that for a little bit. When that gets a little too easy, I might go in for a bit more. This loot, realistically, I don't need it a whole lot, but with the resources I have and the clicks that I am demonstrating, I think I need to take it for now. There is level 5 done. A few supplies as well left over. That didn't feel too difficult. I'm liking how it's slightly feeling less and less intensive, even though I'm not realistically doing a whole lot different. I'm just kind of doing things more naturally, I guess. Less intentional effort required to actually pull off the things. I didn't mean to descend. I am so dead. But at least level 5 is my new PB. Yeah, I probably could have expected that. Although, did better than I thought. Wave 6 may not be too difficult when I actually get there for real, and I intend on actually clearing that wave. It's not clean, but it's a clear. Is my first wave 6. I don't know why I'm trying to eat anglerfish, because God knows I'm not going any deeper than that. Starting to get the hang of this. I'm improving at this faster than I thought I would, but I'm very glad to say those words in that order. We are leaving this one for now. I shall take those teepees. Thank you very much. No, I descended again. I can't believe I keep doing this. Mate, if it actually happens for something I really care about, I'm gonna cry. I guess I don't get the TP collection log slot. I don't think I can do this delve on level 6, whatever. God damn it. Okay. I think wave 6 is going to be my deepest completion for a little bit. This is my day 1 results. I've been seeing these videos and people have just like ridiculous statistics, so I just wanted to show some absolutely basic ones. So if you're trying this for the first time, you can join me in solidarity for not being a professional RuneScape player. But over the upcoming days, who knows, we can turn the tides a little bit and hopefully get some of these collection logs. The Waystone, I feel like I've gotten that about 3 times, but I've accidentally descended instead of claiming it. My total delves would probably be higher if I didn't make those misclicks as well. But all in all, day 1 thoughts, pretty interesting boss. I'm enjoying it so far. I like the addition of different mechanics for each of the waves. It's a clever way to install a new boss into the game, but I've never done really super high level PVM, so I am kind of curious to see how I go with this. I don't know if in a week I'm getting consistent 8 or higher delve completions. I don't know if I'm going to be farming from 1 to 6 over and over again. I really have no idea, but only time will tell. I think this is the moment where I unlock a collection log slot. It's nothing crazy, but it's something. We'll get the mocha. Dude, these words, man. The Jagex. I feel like Jagex does it on purpose. They just release content with, like, insane words. And it's just going to get progressively worse until in, like, 2030, all of RuneScape items will just have no vowels. But I think this time I'm going to successfully claim and leave my teleports of the Mocha-Otl of the Mocha-Otl variety. Yes, there is the collection log. Hopefully it is not the final one forever. Be a little bit sad if this is all I've got to my name, is these 2 items in my collection log. We definitely got some hard-hitting content that we need to unlock, but we're still getting into the hang of things. And with a bit more practice, I think I'll be able to tick one of these 3 off. If I get the Doom Pets, you know what, I'm going to cross that bridge if I ever get to it. Would be interesting though. One thing I've not taken into my calculations is just how much brain power apparently it takes to learn content. I need a break from this. I can't send any more delves at the moment, so I'm going to take a little bit of a pivot and explore some other content that got released with this patch, that being the fletching minigame. In particular, I would like to get the new knife. I think that would be a good update. I also need to do a fair bit of Wintertide to try and get myself a Phoenix pet, and I think that will allow me to cut the kindling a little bit faster. I could be wrong on that. I will test it when I unlock it. But I was just trying to brainstorm, like, what the hell do I do right now? I'm so, like, burnt trying to learn this Doom boss, and the fletching minigame seems like a very logical place to go, out of all things. I've got a lot of U-logs left over from the giant mole, so I'm going to go process a couple of those, or a couple of thousands. I'm not entirely sure. If you're like me and you've never done this before, you need to speak to the minigame tutor before you can even engage in this. I went to try and make a totem and it got cranky at me. So if you've never done This fletching minigame, you need to come and talk to Ranulf, I think his name is. I'm going to have a chat with him now, suss this place out, and then get started. Alright, initially I was a bit bitter that I had to do that, but I guess it ain't so bad. It gives you a little tutorial to get started. I didn't really pay a lot of attention, but I can see why they put this in the game. A necessary inconvenience, if you will. This was definitely an appreciated change of pace for sure. I recommend the Totem Fletching plugin if you are going to do this minigame. Allows you to turn your brain off. Oh, a genie. Don't mind if I do. I think I'll do one more lap and collect my offerings. You can kind of just leave those on the ground. I'm not 100% sure if you can log out. I imagine you could, but I don't want to risk it. I've probably got 1,500 plus offerings on every single totem at the moment, so once this final lap is complete, I'll go and loot all of them at once. I also made a bunch of arrows whilst I was doing it. I was probably getting 400 to 500k experience an hour, which is good, but that, of course, will only apply if I've got arrows ready to go, which I no longer do. I also figured out pretty quickly that using U-logs for this process is not optimal whatsoever. It's much better if you've got magic or redwood logs. It's probably like 50% or more higher experience per hour. And I think what I'm going to do is stick the U-logs to the knife and leave it to longbows exclusively. If I didn't have any other form of logs, I don't know how I would feel, but about 1,000 magic logs is all I've really gone through, probably even a little bit less than that in all honesty. And if I don't get the fletching knife with the loot that I'm about to obtain, I guess I can just acquire some more redwoods and AFK for a few more days. But here's hoping that all these offerings, they can get me to where I need to go, get me the knife that I need to get. I guess one good thing about this minigame, if that is what you want to call this, is that if you get a bunch of uniques or duplicates of said uniques, you can sell them back, get the tokens, get the currency, and use them to buy the ones that you're missing. That's my understanding of it, at least. But now that we have completed my final lap, it's time to go loot 13,000 fail offerings. So I can do a standard rummage or a hasty rummage, and I'm feeling awfully hasty. I wonder if I can just like spam left click this. I definitely can, and that is definitely my speed. Don't know what the hell an Ent branch is though. Kind of impressive I can go through 3,000 of those things in about 5 seconds. But it looks like you get a lot of these roots. Don't think I have much use for these. And the Green Man Mask, to my understanding, is the rarest thing you can possibly get. So if I can get that quite quickly, maybe I can get the Fletching Life, hopefully. Although I think I'm going to be dropping these roots on the ground. Hopefully I don't watch this clip and cringe and know that they could have been used for something productive. But like I said, I'm feeling hasty and all I want to do is rummage. So we're going to burn through these as fast as humanly possible. It takes hours and hours to get them, but seconds to deplete them entirely. I was feeling confident before this, but whatever. We've got 23 spam clicks to go, and that's it. That's all gone. And I still don't have a fletching knife. I'm going to see if I can try and sell this and buy one of the knives, because that is definitely my preference. I think this is just a cosmetic, and I don't know if it looks like good. It looks kind of like Crash Bandicoot, like the Ubada Boogada guy, just without the colors. I think I will sell this mask to the vendor. It won't give me enough points to get to the fletching knife. I've currently got 133. And if I sell this, I'll get 125 additional. And all I need to get is about 92 more points until we can buy myself that knife. And I think it'll probably take, I don't know, an extra 2 hours or something like that at the very most. And I think it's such a good upgrade that I kind of need to get it. And I will have to suck it up and just power through, I reckon. Because 23,000 U-logs, one game tick for all of those. I don't even want to do the math on that, but that is a lot of time saved. And I dare say probably close to the amount of time that I'm about to spend actually acquiring it. Not to mention I'll have it forever. So it's definitely a forever upgrade that I'm pretty keen to actually receive. Whilst at the bank I also cleared out about 40 bank slots. Now that medium clues are completed, I've essentially gutted all of the stuff that I needed to complete the clues. I don't see myself regretting this. I've kept some of the things, but essentially anything in this pile would take 5 minutes or less to reobtain, so I'm not too worried about letting it despawn on the floor. The bank space just means way too much to me compared to all of this stuff right here. It would be nice if in the future we could have, you know, banks with 10,000 bank slots. That would be pretty clean. I do know Jagex is expanding things, but man, I feel like a lot of us are just perpetually capped out on our bank space. Okay, this is probably all I can do right now. If I don't get the knife now, I'm going to have to get it another time, because tomorrow I'm going to do more delve. I feel like I've been pissing around with the fairies in the forest a little too long. Without further ado, let's get ourselves a fletching knife. Or not. Okay, whatever. In that case, it is now time for the Doom boss. God damn it. I really thought I would get that quite quickly, but apparently not. Oh. Did I avoid getting one shot accidentally? After doing a few emotional recovery runs at the fletching minigame, I have now run out of magic logs, and now I'm replenishing them with the redwoods. After one more log, we'll hit 15 million woodcutting experience. Now that I've hit 99 everything, I feel like 15 mil is the next step. I think that will also get me a virtual level, so if I look at myself on the high scores, it'll be 100 instead of 99, which is kind of cool, I suppose. I don't know how much importance I'm going to put onto virtual levels. But because I'm out of magic logs now, I will need to replenish these logs. So whilst I'm doing some downtime activities while my brain recovers, woodcutting is my option of choice. And once I've got a bunch of these logs, we'll be going back to the fletching minigame and hopefully getting myself that knife. But I would definitely say I'm still struggling with delve. I'm getting a lot of wave 6 clears, but I'm not really going past that. I think a part of the reason is the fact that I'm not using Sarabrews. I really should be, but I don't know. I kind of want to chill this grind, and if I can just farm waves 1 to 6 over and over again, if that's successful, cool. I'll stick to that for a little bit, but if it proves to be a little bit unwise, I might try to push things a little further. I've got tens of thousands of these resources, so I should dip into them at some point. 800 cannonballs for a level 5 completion. I'm hoping these stack up, because making them manually myself, I'd like to replace that with this. If we do go dry here, this will be the sort of thing that we get paid off in cannonballs, which makes it a little less inconvenient. Been bouncing back and forth between delve and something semi-AFK, back into the fletching minigame, and I'm about to collect a decent portion of these offerings. I think with these and whatever I have in the bank, we should be able to get 10k, right? With these, I should be able to pull the knife itself, or have the leftover remnants, the points, whatever they're called, to buy the fletching knife outright, even if my RNG isn't too good. That's one good thing about this minigame. There's quite a few of them, but that is the one that I'm most captivated by in this moment. I have over 5,000 in the bank, never mind, we've got 15k instead. I don't know what the hell I'm smoking. I'm pretty confident with these 15k rummages. Such weird language use, but with these we should be able to at the very least get the points required to unlock the knife. I do like how I can just spam through these, so let's go and grab this knife. We don't need to use our points surely, right? I should probably take advantage of these locked bank slots. I do like that I can just get through all of my loot really fast, but at the same time it would be nice if I saw a collection log slot open up, but like I said, there is that backup strat where you can simply go to the minigame host, Ranulf, I believe his name is, and I'm really hoping that I've got enough, because the game, it's not being kind to me here or at the delve boss, but I installed a delve calculator plugin. It shows you your probability of having an item by now, and I'm sitting at like 20% for the cloth, and that is the most common one to receive, so I guess that's grounding me a little bit, even though it feels kind of dog shit at the very same time. I recognize that to expect an item by now is a little bit silly, but we can get ourselves a guaranteed fletching knife thanks to that backup system. So this is cool. You can wield it and also speed up your fletching. The main reason why I want this right now, currently, I guess, is to try it out at Wintertot, but failing that, it'll be to cut down all those 20,000+ new logs in my bank. So that's something else I can do to AFK. That's not entirely desirable, it's kind of a backup thing. I've got a lot of other elks that I'll need to do, but it is a lot of banked experience at the same time. I have seen others do this, but I've not done it myself, and if you've never seen this, check out the speed in which you can cut down these U logs now. It used to be quite a slow process, but here, your AFK time, for better or for worse, is cut down significantly because you're saving 1 game tick for every single longbow that you create. But I think if I need to do some more AFK timing, I think my general split is about 2 hours at the delve, 1 hour somewhere else. So I think between delve and next steps, I think it'll be Wintertot. That can be my AFK activity of choice. And if this knife does indeed work at Wintertot, that'll make it even more AFK. I can kind of just get 500 points and then AFK at the front. if I really felt like it. But anyway, like I said before, I am not exactly expecting an item from the Delve boss yet, and that is simply because my kill count is quite terrible. I'm gonna go and try and fix that. Oh my, what? That is the first time I've done that. That is so tilting. Send me back to the forest. This man is not meant to be in the Delve cave right now. It is day 4, and I have completed wave 7 for the first time. I found this sidewalk tech is what it's called. I think the YouTube was called Muffin or something. They've got a very nice video explaining all of this. I'll link it if I remember, but that's the only reason I was able to do wave 7 right now. I could do wave 8. I could try. I don't know how I'm going to go though. I think in the upcoming runs, I'll definitely give it a shot though. Wave 7, I'm happy with that for now. Okay. Man, that is fast. I'm so used to like things being super slow and then it's just instantly not slow at all. I think that's the downside to practicing on the lower waves over and over. By the time you get to the high ones, you're just not used to it. The muscle memory is just built in the wrong direction. Why did my prayer turn off? You got melted, damn. I think that's faster than my wave 6 PB. Stuff it, why not? What have we got to lose, right? Definitely not gonna die. Wait, I did the opposite. I went to descend and I clicked accept. I'm so dumb. I had so much in supply ready to go. Oh my god. I hate to be jealous, but I'm a little bit jealous. Man's out here making gauntlets right next to me. I'm just currently trying to recover a little bit after a bunch of delve today. Haven't got anything yet, but at least that guy did, so grats to him. Hopefully me next. I went and tested the fletching knife at Wintertot and turns out it does indeed cut the logs faster, so definitely a must-have upgrade if you intend on doing some Wintertot. Definitely a nice quality of life, but managed to bear witness to a 99 fire making there. I thought that was pretty cool. Not to mention the man's name, Pokédex. That is a unique name, that is for sure, but congrats on the 99 fire making. I'll still be at Wintertot up until the point I get the Phoenix, and God knows how long that is going to take, but it does seem to be one of those pets that people get multiple of if they stay at Wintertot for long. But back to the delve. I think I'm on day 6 now, and I was kind of thinking about this boss and why I don't like it, and it kind of led me to a weird conclusion. To me, this boss is not content that I can do, but the conclusion I've come to is that I can't do this yet. I can do waves 1 through 7, 7 can be a bit of a struggle. I've done it 11 times as of now. But I think it's okay if content isn't accessible to everyone. And the reason why I think this content in the end is okay is that you do have that lower access window from waves 1 through 7. If you can do up to wave 4, you have a chance of getting everything. Now obviously it's going to take you far longer to get everything, but it's still accessible. The rewards themselves aren't completely hard-locked from you. You just get them faster if you're better. So in a way, I kind of appreciate it. Like, I'm not totally... Like, I'm locked out of an Inferno Cave. I know that's... I just called it an Inferno Cave. I think that goes to show I'm not familiar with it. With this, I just have to spend longer. I pay a bit of a moron tax, which is fine, and I think that's good. So what initially started off as frustration towards this boss has transferred to appreciation. I don't know mentally how this just happened, but I wanted to just lay my thoughts out. And who knows, maybe in the future, when I'm not dog shit at this game, I'll appreciate the content even more. But for the time being, I'm going to continue paying my moron tax, and hope for the best. Because that's all I can do right now. I'll try to do the boss and speak, I just took 40 damage trying to do it before, but anyway. One criticism I have is this phase here. It feels like it goes on forever, and because it happens so frequently, I just feel like I'm in a snooze simulator right now. Like, obviously, I'll be killing the little bug guys. That will speed up the process, in theory, if you actually execute it properly. But yeah, the shield phase, because it's so common, I'm a little bit over it, if I'm totally honest. I don't know how those who do higher level completions feel about that phase. If you feel it's fine, let me know. But if I'm realistically just thinking about friction points with the mechanics of the boss itself, that would be my number one. Just the frequency and duration of that shield phase. Phase? In any case. I expected to die there after taking a 99, but anyway, managed to clear out number 7 again. I'm getting a bit more consistent, which is nice. Wave 7, it's still a bit stressful. I feel like my body relaxes after it's over, but I am getting more consistent, despite taking 99 damage every now and again. At the risk of killing myself, I need to document the fact that I'm 90 million ranged experience. This is insane. This is, oh man, how does that thread the needle right there? I'll watch this back and know exactly how that thread the needle, but yes, this is the highest experience I've ever had in a skill, and the next milestone will be 100 mil. Alright, and I have killed myself. This is why I don't record clips. What an achievement. God. Oh boy. What is that? Why was there a flashing light arrow? What? I've never seen that. That was close. Okay, I thought I was going to mess that up. That is my 100th level 7 completed. No uniques to my name. We shall claim this loot. I'm pretty much exclusively just going 1 through to 7. I've had a couple of Delve 8 attempts, but I think I've just drawn the conclusion that it's just not for me right now. But all in all, if I go to the collection log, we're approaching the 1400 Delve mark, and we have not received a singular item. The only update gameplay-wise is that I've started to use my waystones, getting about 1 to 2 kills per trip, depending on the resource allocation. A lot of the times it will come down to how things go, how much I have left over. Divine Ranging Potions is generally the bottleneck, but in between trips, what I'll do, I'll generally have Anglerfish left over. I will drop one on the floor here, and that will mean when I replenish all my goods and I teleport back with my Waystone, that empty inventory spot can be immediately refilled with the Anglerfish that I leave behind on the floor. So aside from that, nothing's really changed. I have seen content creators start and complete this boss in less kill count than I have done, and with the same strategy of doing 1 through to 7, and yeah, I don't know, they give me hope, but at the same time, I'm here to destroy all hope that you may have, I suppose, because it doesn't always go great. I'm finding that out firsthand, but hey, at least I've got a full inventory of anglerfish, and I'm not 3 times dry yet for any item. Only 2.8. I think what I'll do, I'll try and make a screenshot right now. I'm going to get hit by a projectile, I'm sure of it. Never mind, I'm Gucci. So on screen, I'll put in my current stats. I'm going to try and concentrate on Delve while I talk about them, but like you can see, 100 Delve level 7s. And to be honest, I didn't expect to get this consistent. I would say at this point, Delve 7 is something that happens, I don't know, 80-90% of the time. Some of the times I just simply don't have a Divine Ranging Potion and it's just time consuming, so I purely don't do it because of that. I might even need to start bringing a second one of these, but all in all, the boss doesn't feel awful. I'm getting a fair few cannonballs as well. According to my loot tracker, about 26,000 to my name. So it's not all bad, but it doesn't feel very good to get 0 uniques, so I'm going to keep plodding away. I think we're about 2 weeks into this boss at this point, so I shall cross my fingers and hope for the best moving forward. Huh. I was so salty I accidentally clicked wave 8. I'm just autopiloting, but I actually did it. Wow. I'm like 3 weeks into this. Yep. I'm glad I didn't mess that up. That's some nice loot. My first ever wave 8 completion. We'll definitely be claiming that. Beautiful. Just an amazing looking log right there. Almost 1700 delves. I gotta stop accident. Like, I have 0 intention of ever doing wave 8, and I've just done it twice in a row. We will claim that and leave. I don't know if I just get lucky in these instances or what's happening, but I don't like the idea that I could potentially do this. I want to live in my little 1 to 7 bubble and never leave it. But I keep making mistakes. Anyway, that's a new PB, I guess. No way. I was just saying how weird it is how dry I actually am. But I can't make that claim any longer. Holy shit. This has taken a while. I'm very curious to see what is at the bottom of this hole. Almost 4 times dry. Oh. It's one of those grinds where any form of enthusiasm or readiness to record a clip goes out the window. I'll take a screenshot of what I'm currently looking at. I was very convinced that I would get to 4 times dry and would get to 2,000 total delves, but the one thing I'm worried about, the most unlikely event, would be the pet. If I got that, I'd be devastated. The Avernic Treads, 100%. is what I want. But without further ado, I've waited 3 weeks for this. You've waited maybe 10 minutes. I have no idea. Let's see what's in here. You're joking. That is so good. Okay. 3 weeks of pain for 10 seconds of pleasure. If that doesn't summarize RuneScape, I don't know what does. The Avernic Treads, 200 mil. They've gone down a lot, but I don't give a shit. I'm perfectly satisfied. I got half a second away from descending again. We're going to claim and we're going to leave. We want these boots. We don't want to risk it and do a third wave 8. We'll be cashing this in. I'm so grateful. Holy shit, this box actually drops items. I don't believe it. I needed this for sure. This is a morale boost and a half. We've got 175,000 demon tears. Quite a few human tears as well. But it is time to go ahead. Why the hell? Oh, I guess they're in different tabs. I'm going to grab these 3 pairs of boots that we made last video. We're going to upgrade over our Arania boots. I did initially want to use my Pegasians for the Doom boss, but apparently using the Arania boots is actually better due to the Crystal Halberd special attacks, but that doesn't matter anymore. Both of those aforementioned boots are totally outclassed by the Avernic Treads. So let's go ahead, use these boots on these boots. I need tears, goddamn, luckily I've got quite the supply. I think I need to add these individually, come to think of it, because there is like 3 different variants of the Avernic Treads. I get some nice little bat wings, that's interesting. I don't think cosmetically they change any different between the different iterations of boot combinations, but they do get stronger. That is a nicely deserved upgrade, if I do say myself. And the reason why I wanted to get these first, not only will it be an increased DPS, it'll also be the statistically least likely thing for me to receive. So if I'm stuck on this grind, I'd much rather be chasing down a cloth, which I can get on wave 2, than a pair of treads that I can only get from wave 4 onwards. So I think it's about time I get back into the Doom boss, and hopefully my RNG, this is the turning point. Because up until this point, before today, I was losing hope rapidly. But now, rejuvenated and ready to continue. So I shall. So I hit my new max hit, and it turns... Oh my god, I should not record commentary and do this. Holy shit. What a false sense of security that was. Jesus Christ. I thought I was good at this boss by now. Anyway, I hit my max hit with the Avernic Treads. Turns out it's identical to my previous one. But one thing I did notice, there are periods where I don't use a Divine Raging Potion. I generally use 2 doses for this whole thing. Sometimes, waves 1 and 2, I will not use a potion dose at all. It's just awkward. 10 minutes, aka 2 doses, doesn't always line up perfectly. So I tend to skip waves 1 or 2, and I notice for those waves, my max hit went up from 46 to 48. So if I'm being cheap, if I'm being a little bit frugal, I am noticing a difference with these boots. But if I am actually fully potted up, nothing really changes at all. So I guess, I don't know, that's something I suppose. I was a little bit disappointed, however, to see that 53 for both pre and post Avernic Treads. No clue what that was, but I got it. Very good. If I can... Oh, I misclicked. This would have been my 5th Delve 8. Oh, I'm being so stingy. This is silly. But I got a combat achievement. And if I can pull this off, I'll be on the high scores. Man. Okay, that is my 5th kill count. I've got a little bit of a rule. If I can get to wave 8 without getting any cannonballs, I might as well send it. The cannonballs themselves are the most desirable item I can possibly get. And if these aren't in the pool, I might as well shoot for a wave 8. But there is number 5. I'm surprised about how nervous I still get. It's very, very strange. I guess I've been actively avoiding it, so it actually feels surreal to actually take on the challenge. But at least I know I can do it if I lock in. That's mighty unfortunate to see. Oh well. Bit of prayer experience, never hurt anyone. Woke up this morning. I think today is going to be a full day of Delve. If I can't finish this boss today... I'll be honest, I won't be surprised if I don't finish it, but I would like to, and I shall put my best foot forward and hopefully it happens. I think one thing that's borderline a guarantee is 100 mil range experience. I don't know how much experience I've gotten from this boss, but the fact that I'm hitting 100 mil already is a bit weird. I don't think I should be there right now, or even close, But getting 150,000 experience an hour at this boss, it definitely adds up, and I've been here for a very, very long time, hitting around 2,800 delves at the moment. A lot of my delve up until this point has been very patchy. It's kind of rare that I'll get an extended period of time to play like an entire day of delve, so I really want to push it hard today and see what happens. Although, even though I've done quite a lot of it, I still do feel quite fatigued. It's strange. If I'm skilling or something, I don't feel the need to take breaks, but if I'm doing this, like, if I sit down for a couple of hours, I need to chill. I have to really get off the PC and, like, let my brain reset. Something about it, just strenuous, even though I've done it for so long. But I guess we'll see what happens. 100 mil range experience, or a yellow light. I don't know what's going to come first. These are kind of rare, so 2 of these in 2 waves. Haven't seen that yet, doubt I will see it again. But I hope that's not the only highlight from today, or I will cry. I did think I would be documenting something different, but in its absence, we've now hit 100 million ranged experience. I feel like I've been stuck here forever. I'm kind of getting red prison vibes. It's not quite red, I guess it's slightly, depending on how deep of a delve you do. That's a lot of D's in one sentence. But at the very least, at least I'm getting some somewhat useful loot, cannonballs in particular. It will be kind of funny to see how many of those specifically I receive in the attempt of getting 3 unique items. We've also cleared, 3,000 delves, I believe. So, yeah, things aren't looking spectacular, but I'm gonna get this done. For the sake of brevity, I'll speed this one up, but we've hit a new personal best. It's not how deep can I go, it's how many zeros in a row can I hit with a scorching bow. New record is now 6. Lucky me. Oh, I have it bound, so if I press shift click and I left click, it instantly takes me down the thing, and instead of going down, I've been caught up. We have our second item. I now own Makohito Cloth. I think that's how you say that, right? Oh, that is so good. We're going to claim that instantly. I'm not even going to risk a wave 6, even though I'm very much in no-brain mode at the moment. I should mention, I did about 10 hours of delve yesterday. Totally forgot to mention that it beat me down and I didn't receive anything. But this is the following day, and we have been redeemed. At 3,200 delves, we've received our second item. All we need now is the Eye of Ayak. If I can avoid duplicates, I'll avoid complaining. But at the moment, previously to that, I was going a little bit numb to this experience. It does feel very reminiscent of CG, that is for sure. And I think in a lot of ways, there is a lot of similarities, like, not to mention the red landscape, but you're kind of going for a pseudo mega rare, the Bofa being the CG equivalent, and then a mage staff for the delve boss. I can't help but feel like it's kind of intentional. There's this mechanically challenging boss fight that gives you a pseudo, well, not mega rare, but you know what I'm saying, right? It's got that powerful element to it, but it's kind of annoying to obtain. Very reminiscent experience of the CG grind, but mine is almost over. Hopefully the Eye of Ayak I can get before too long. But I do have a bit more faith now. I was going a little bit crazy because it has now been over a month since I began this whole endeavor. I'm going to take a lot of damage here. If I take a screenshot, I cannot see my screen, but I'll put on screen right now what my log looks like. If you're doing the delve boss, you probably have this delve calculator installed. Essentially, the main thing I'm focused on is the any tab there. The number 7 representing that statistically, I would have likely received one of these drops multiplied by 7 by now. So to only just get my second, it's been a little bit concerning. But all's well that ends well, I suppose. Oh, I got it. I'm not a morning person. It is 7 in the morning. I am doing delve. This is my life now. This has become my full-time job. But now I can retire. No duplicates. I am in pure disbelief. I really didn't feel like there was an end in sight, but we can now claim and leave. There is the Eye of Ayak. What a brilliant thing to see. We can bank that straight away. I'm in pure disbelief that I didn't get a singular duplicate. Like, on one hand, 3,400 delves. If you gave me that figure on the onset of this, I think that's okay. Things just got a little bit stressful when you're approaching 3k and you've only got one of the items to your name, but to have that as the final result, I think that's alright. These are very, very strong items. And like I said towards the start, this really does feel like Raids 3.5, so to get it done in a month, I guess that's okay. I didn't want the pet, stuff the pet, pet's ugly, ew, that's fine. I've got what I need, and I didn't get anything else. And according to my expected drops, I didn't even go 2x on the treads. I thought that would be inevitable. But all in all, we had a strong finish, which is nice. I'm very much looking forward to using these items for other content. I find it kind of funny that you can be so down bad and depressed about a grind in this game, and out of nowhere, it's over, and you feel completely fine. Strange sequence of events, but let's grab the 3 items. Not that we need the treads in particular. All in all, I think I went through about 20,000 amethyst arrows, so quite a lot. A lot of ranged experience has been gained, but the main thing, of course, are the items we got along the way. How do I turn my character around? Is this gonna work? The first thing I want to make, obviously, is the bracelet, but I need to be next to a bank. I don't know if I can do that right here. I think I've seen a bunch of people do it at the crafting guild. They need to be right next to the chest itself, but I guess a bank, it's a little bit different of a story. So I'm going to pat this down, sprinkle a little bit of pixie dust on it, and now I can fly. Fantastic. There is the confliction gauntlets unlocked. A little bit of token experience. It almost looks like 2 small baby penguins. Look at that. That one's looking at the camera, and that one's a little bit shy. Anyway, that's random. These are a nice improvement and synergize fantastically with the Eye of Ayak. We've also gotten over 250,000 demon tears as well to add to it, so this thing will be charged for a very, very long time to come. And outside of the unique items, we did get a bunch of resources as well. 65,000 cannonballs. We're going to have an imbued heart by the time those are all finished. Definitely, right? A lot of Raynar seeds. Aether Catalyst. Not sure what this is good for. I think you could combine soul runes and cosmic runes, but I don't know at what ratio you can do so. Should come in interesting. Shark Lure, I don't think. Weird item. Very strange item. I don't exactly know how it works, but that's okay. I'm sure that equates to quite a few sharks, which is cool. 6,500 dragon tips, few alkaballs in cash, and 37 tooth half of these keys here. Don't think I'll realistically have a giant use for those things, but all in all, if you are hunting for that thing, I guess the Delve boss isn't half bad for it. There were some other miscellaneous items that we received, sharks, gold ore, coal, all that good stuff, but this is the main stuff that I'm interested in. If you're a main account, it might be decent for money, especially with uniques involved, but I'm sure at this point you already know that. But I think with all of that said, it is time we end this video. This one wasn't easy, but I'm glad it is finished. The next episode, we're going to put these puppies to use. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.